Guys, Coy got something wrong.
And everyone celebrated.
Wrong.
You know what?
You're
There's so many X-Men teams.
Here come
when
the
one
excuses.
pops up randomly. Yeah, I got a lot of excuses for these experts that were able to take a second and realize what I was wrong. I was wrong.
What were you wrong about?
I swapped the Exiles and the Externals, okay? The Exiles were the team I described, wherein they're a bunch of timey-wimey, multiple-dimensional X-Men that gather in different settings. The Externals are basically the Eternals with an X in their name. It's pretty silly when you actually think about it. It's just the Eternals and they put an X in the middle. Because the word Externals doesn't make any sense.
Dude, everyone knows these facts.
Everyone knows Externals and Exiles.
Every casual person knows.
Everybody's like, I know Wolverine, I know Cyclops, and I know the Externals.
Everyone talks about and everyone's like, oh yeah, X-Force, they exist.
Obviously.
But Externals.
People are like, where's the Externals intro to X-Men 97? That's what I'm waiting for.
That's what we keep waiting for.
Name the 10 members.
It's okay, Coy. It's
Name
okay.
them.
You're humbled.
Okay.
You're humbled.
It's a word I use for me often.
I had a weirdest situation today because, like, a couple hours ago, randomly, at some random not LA event, I happened to be met. He came up to me, the writer of this specific episode, Anthony
Today.
Saleh. He came up to me. He's like, "Hey, I love your videos." And we talked for like 15 minutes or so. I'm like, I'm actually about to go watch your episode.
That's the work today, man.
Like a couple hours from now.
I love LA. That's so very uniquely here.
Yeah. So now I have to automatically like it. They sent someone from Disney. He gave me my check, and I'm gonna like it automatically.
The guy sitting in that chair with the sniper on you was like the episode.
I understand.
It's Anthony.
You ready to like it?
He's watching.
Because we haven't.
I'm ready to like it.
We haven't liked all of this, but now I will like it.
We'll start liking it now. Yeah.
Liking commence. This might be the greatest comic book theme song of all time.
So good, man.
Just saying.
It like sticks in your ear like crazy, and like the animation's as cool as the music.
Yeah. I mean, there's like I like how the bone claw sound.
Oh, good catch.
Forge is in the intro.
That was a lot of weaponry, Forge. You did your job.
No, new footage. New Sabretooth. Oh, it's all Wolverine. It's all Wolverine.
Nice.
It's Lady Deathstrike. They had an episode that focused on that in the original series. He's dead now. He's Onslaught now. He's dead.
Magneto?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think Onslaught's probably like season 3.
No, I think it's right now.
Today.
That's what all this was about.
Getting to Onslaught.
210% efficiency into my right arm.
Weapon X lies and DVDs.
Boom! Boom! But he doesn't go down. You believe it?
Is this present or past?
Past, I imagine.
Pow! Pow! Pow!
Because like Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Got the real guns right here, lady.
Remember why we're here.
Excited to bury Dr. Cornelius and the trash bags that made us mindless killing machines.
Just like old times, sir. Bands back together.
I think it's modern.
Together.
Where are we
I think
going?
you're right.
I mean, it's Morpheus here.
Yeah.
My intel says Weapon X scum has a new lab conducting illegal experiments again. Who better to stop them but the hit squad who hits hardest?
To review, Maverick and Kane are old Weapon X bosom buddies. You and Yuriko used to date, which... You thought you and Jean were unhealthy.
Kane was supposed to be in Deadpool 1. They pulled him last minute.
You and Sabretooth hate each other, can't seem to live without each other. A classic will they or won't they kill each other. Can't wait to add to the memories.
Don't recall twisting your arm.
You tried a few puppy dog looks and...
What the hell's a puppy dog look?
An innocent gaze.
Dripping with subtextual guilt.
Only pet here is whatever that flea-riddled outfit of yours was before it got road-killed.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Don't you talk about my damn outfit.
It's a lot of dead birds. They're all fine, right? What if they killed off most of them?
In a helicopter crash, unceremoniously.
Logan!
Whoa, what if they killed off most of them?
I mean...
Logan? Anybody?
No, they must have entered some nightmare realm.
Status report.
They just killed Kane with a tree?
I think I found our nasty culprits.
No match for a flock of birds.
These are no ordinary birds.
Bodes well.
Let's find the rest of the team.
Oh, it looks like we're getting into a horror episode.
Makes sense after the big events of 4.
Oh, monsters. Possessed bear or something?
Wendigo!
Okay, green blood, mutated.
Is it brood?
Ooh.
It looks like a brood. That's definitely a brood mouth.
Ain't you glad I've always been better than you? What happened to your pretty metal claws?
Don't worry about it.
Impossible. The adamantium process cannot be reversed.
Does she want it reversed?
You damn well bet all your business is my business.
Hey, alphas. Want to get back to our regularly scheduled programming, courtesy of your mad scientist?
These creatures appear to be infected. Perhaps a contagion.
Do you know what the brood are?
Never smelled
Clearly,
anything
they're the
quite like
exiles.
this.
The 10th member of the Externals is Mother Brood.
Perimeter's been breached.
Tell me if it's confirmed.
I'm 99%. The spine and the teeth are Brood, which is an alien race that like takes over bodies. It's a really cool storyline in the actually right near the Jim Lee 268, like the 250 to 300 era.
Let's go.
I think it's a mislead because everyone's going to be thinking of the broods.
Everybody.
Yep.
It's like kind of an alien, like the first Alien movie vibed comic. It's cool.
It's not the vibes I'm getting at all. This doesn't feel like the thing at all.
Okay, good. As long as I'm not misleading you.
Cornelius is around here somewhere. Better find our punks before I start gutting something.
Should we maybe pause and figure out how we're getting back home?
Tackle one problem at a time. We're here to do a job, so the job's getting done first.
Tackle a taco one problem at a time.
I thought he said taco.
Life sign, 6 o'clock. In the control room above the hydrogen core. Vitals fading.
Poor Tomo. So loyal.
Everyone suspects everyone. So interesting to get that like cliffhanger from the last one that seemed so like a spunky adventure.
Yeah, now it's like, let's go horror.
my
Let's go
God.
80s space horror.
Oh. When Logan told me Graydon Creed was your kid, I couldn't see it, but now can't unsee it.
Should have killed the little mistake when I had the chance.
Wow.
Doesn't look like anyone made it.
Never how I expected Maverick to sound, but I guess it makes sense. Ooh.
Dr. Cornelius.
Thief! You perverted my father's work!
Bad history, I get it. Theme of the day, but the guy's unarmed and he probably knows how to get us out of here.
Good point, Morph.
Dead science, primitive, much like you mutants are to the Queen.
Oh, see him saying Mama Brood, the Queen.
Four Eyes is mine.
Did I miss one of your jokes?
Whoa.
That's a Brood.
Maverick, behind you!
Yeah. It's like aliens and the thing.
Yeah. One of my favorite Wolverine covers is a Brood. I'll show you. Hook!
Ding!
Report said something fishy was going on. Guess they redacted the bits about the overgrown roaches.
You've basically smelled everything there is to smell on the planet, Logan.
Look at that, Yuriko. Our second alien invasion.
Hell yeah. Callbacks.
Should keep them off while we find another exit.
We gotta go deeper.
Are you dumb or crazy?
But the bay doors ain't opening until you clowns reboot the generators in the server room.
It's cool to see him leading.
Deeper is our way out.
You weren't there after the crash. And now you're infected, like Cornelius.
Could be under their thrall, luring us into a trap.
God damn it, guys.
Look, there's a lot of dead lab coats around. Is it too big a stretch to imagine Cornelius injecting himself with alien DNA?
No two X-Men go anywhere alone.
I hope Morph is Morph.
Right. He's the one that was in the car.
Yeah.
We saw him land.
He did Morph as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was Morph in action.
You never answered Creed's question on the helicopter. What is your stake in our nightmare, Tomo?
His stake is Logan.
What's up with this Tomo stuff?
A loyal sidekick to a heroic samurai. There was nothing Tomo wouldn't do. No one he wouldn't become.
It's pretty on
to help
point.
the samurai on his adventures.
Yeah, what do you know? Well, shit.
Unfortunately, it did not work out well for Tomo.
Quit your staring. Seen every war in my lifetime, and I stopped counting birthdays at 200. Key to surviving, keep up with technology.
This episode is written by AI.
Gotta keep up.
Digital video discs. Frankenstein had funding.
No, it was written by a real person. I met them.
Beyond tech. I prefer Laserdisc.
He's not a prompter, he's a writer.
She said she prefers laser. I love Laserdiscs.
Sounds great. The quality of audio is incredible in Laserdisc.
As the broken pasts that made each subject so quick to volunteer also made them defective.
Oh.
And imprinted in areas of the psyche we'd never be able to breach until our pet from outer space. So much has been gleaned despite only acquiring one of these brood.
They called it.
Incapable of divergent thought or emotion, a shared psyche possessed of the basest instinct survive.
Oh, shared psyche, huh?
Using its cranial fluids. In theory, our serum should purge even the most deeply seated memories.
Maggot?
Never mind, survive the adamantium process. Concern for my staff's
You want
well-being
to create brutes
outweighs
and put
such
adamantium in there?
curiosity.
Humans, man.
That's a lot of genetic splicing. That's too much splicing.
Ship of Theseus. No!
You say Tomo.
Jeez.
Tomo
Could have at least
already
bought me a
got
drink
to.
first.
Mrs. Deathstrike.
Are you infected?
No. One thing I can tell you. I was wrong. Cornelius said the brood have one goal. Survive. And that means they're picky. Mate up, not down.
That's why they're leaving bodies. They only breed with the best.
I made it up.
Me too.
She made it down.
Yeah.
Wolverine! Maverick! Where are you?
Omega Red!
Hell is Omega Red doing here?
He's getting brooded.
Should kill him. Might be one of these breeds.
Brood. And last I checked, Omega Red was undead. Not sure you can be turned into a brood if your mutant power basically makes you a zombie.
Where the hell are we?
Well,
This don't look like no vehicle, Bay.
maybe.
I wouldn't risk it.
Adamantium
We don't know
chamber.
how they work it all there.
That's it! It's game over! Slow down. Where's Wolverine?
We have been away from him for a while.
Sick of coming from the vents. Just more and more, and then Logan, he...
I don't trust this guy.
This Maverick fella.
We have to go now. We have to.
Maverick, relax.
Oh, we're gonna get the cover. There it is.
Oh, shit.
Yes. John Romita Jr. cover. Early JRJR. Beautiful work.
Oh, no.
Take that, you lion run!
So this is like actual Wolverine?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Moro, no.
You have to get out of here.
Those look like...
Oh, Mega Red. He's in my Wolverine show pitch. Very important.
You look as bad as I feel, comrade.
There's the Deadpool. That's fitting.
Yeah, he belongs here.
For Weapon X and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up. We're not going anywhere until we save Wolverine. Hey!
Well, they said they can't handle the adamantium process, so I'm wondering if by putting adamantium back in
It eradicates the brood.
Yeah.
You must be infected with one of those eggs. Or maybe it's worse, and he's just got you this whipped.
Samurai.
This had nothing to do with taking down Weapon X. He came here to get his claws back.
Fine! Maybe you're right!
But by getting the claws back, that might
We
actually
can solve the
the
problem. But he did lie to them to get him there.
If unkillable brood with Wolverine's healing factor get out into the world, taking over Earth is week one.
Got a plan to go along with that speech?
Logan's healing factor should protect him while the adamantium purges him of the brood's DNA.
How the hell are we gonna lure him into the chamber?
I've got an idea.
Total.
Todo.
Logan! Come on, soldier. Duty calls. I'm gonna tell Jean.
Morph.
Gosh, she'll be angry. She's gonna be so upset with you that I'm just gonna have to give her extra smooches tonight, Logan. Wolverine, I knew you'd come to your senses and listen to your superior. Come on, big guy. No, wait!
Dude.
Time I put you down once and for all.
This isn't the plan.
I'm done with the plan.
Oh, now the plan's gonna be done with you.
Yep, there he goes. What a mess the Wolverine, man.
Come now, Logan. Back to your cage.
Oh, let's burn down this lab again.
When Sinister took me over, when he corrupted me, you didn't leave me behind. You came for me, tried to bring me back.
Original show.
X-Men don't just cut and run.
It's also interesting they're not kind of doing that obvious storyline of like Feral Wolverine and Brood being similar. Damn.
Well, damn.
Logan.
Aww.
Smart.
He tries to appeal to him as Morph, but it doesn't work. Well, it's one way to do it. Shit, good thing they made it super efficient.
That took long, then. Yeah.
Not even by these insects. Wolverine's ally. You two will die.
Spider-Man.
Woo! Deadpool and Spider-Man Morph's got taste.
And unleash these creatures upon Earth to make an empire
He's back.
of my own.
Yeah.
Snicked. Nice. It's cool he feels complete with it now.
I'm back.
There it
baby.
is.
Cover.
Yeah.
Omega Red will return in Avengers Doomsday. Well, even though the plan was rooted in a lie, it still did some good.
Everyone benefits, really. Except the people that died.
This is why you need digital media uploads.
Yeah. Because
physical media can easily be destroyed.
Caught in a fire. That's totally thing.
Spit it out, bub. If you're asking me to say it, you don't need me to.
You like my chest there, don't you, bub?
I ain't like you, Morph. Some of us gotta be one thing.
Ooh, interesting.
And you're only what? An animal with claws?
That's what I'm the best at being.
It makes me sad, Logan.
Oh. Oh, is she right about him? Who am I really?
When will my reflection show who I am inside?
It's like the first Wolverine-centric episodes in the 97.
Since, 97. Yeah, that's the first Wolverine in the new batch.
Oh, shit. Damn. Good stuff, man. That was fun. It's good stuff.
Such a different turn.
This portion of the video is sponsored by Kalshi, and once again, they have found the exact type of nerd argument we were probably going to have anyway. Kalshi is the largest prediction market globally. It's federally regulated, legal in all 50 states, and it lets you trade on real-world outcomes. I've been using it kind of like a live fandom temperature check, kind of some crystal ball, but as a way to see where people are putting their confidence and where the conversation is moving. And as you can see on screen right now, Kalshi has Spider-Man brand new day Rotten Tomatoes score market. Their current Kalshi forecast is sitting at 92.1%. And one of the big markets here is whether the movie will score above 90 on Rotten Tomatoes. To be clear, this is the critics' tomato score, not the audience score, not our personal ranking. And right now, above 90 is showing around a 70% chance with yes around 68 cents and no around 33 cents. So basically, if you think Spider-Man lands above 90, that's the yes side. If you think it comes in at 90 or below, that's the no side. The prices move as the market changes, which is why I like using it as a fandom temperature check. They also have above 85 sitting much higher, around 87%, and above 95 way lower, around 27%, which honestly feels like the real debate. Because above 90 is not just, will this be good? Above 90 is, will critics love this at an elite level? all. And I like how specific the rules are here. The market resolves yes if Spider-Man Brand New Day has a tomato meter above 90 on August 3rd, verified from Rotten Tomatoes. So it's not just vibes, it's tied to the actual score after release. So we can treat this like a Marvel debate. Yes side, Spider-Man has been one of the Marvel's most consistent characters. There's a ton of goodwill coming off of No Way Home. Trailer looks awesome, and if Brand New Day gives us a more grounded, emotional Peter Parker story, critics could absolutely respond to that. The action looks amazing. On the no side, above 90 is a very high bar. Superheroes with that kind of score are a little bit more rare these days. The movie may have a lot of characters and expectations to juggle, and Spider-Man fans are very particular about tone, villains, compactness, and how much setup gets packed in, which is compactness. Personally, I'm leaning yes because of everything I've been hearing behind the scenes, and the test screenings have been through the roof. It just looks like they're doing something different that's going to give us a lot of feels. So even if it's not the most character thing, which I feel like it will be, I imagine that the entertainment value will have it ascend above 90, which Spider-Man movies have reached before. So I'd be placing a small trade on that side. Not placing a trade right now, but that's where my head is at. And Calci has other Spider-Man and movie markets on here. So if you want to see where the conversation is moving, check out the Spider-Man market yourself. You can click our link in the description box or use code REJECTS and you'll get $10 when you trade $10. All right, Spider-Man Brand New Day above 90 on Rotten Tomatoes. Are you leaning yes or no? I'm definitely leaning yes. Thank you, Calci. Coy!
Greg!
So you called it right away. You said they were the boomers, and
I
you
did.
were
I was
right.
like, man, I hate boomers. Then they
They
infest
turned into
everything.
a bunch of
they stay in power and they should just die off.
Out of people want not liking the generation we're in.
Just to get out of here, boomers. You got to light them on fire and like cut them up to get rid of them.
Boomers,
more. Kill the boomers. Get off my plane. That's the problem I got with them. Big hive mind. They listen to one person when they should really make their own decisions. Just the roughest species, the boomers.
So you knew who these creatures were pretty fast.
I got to show you the actual cover because it made me real happy. Because this is the era of X-Men that I was first collecting when I started like really collecting. And I was just a wee lad, and it was when they were going through, like Jim Lee was on art, John Romita Jr. was on art, a lot of the classics, like a lot of my favorites to this day. But this is, I think I said John Romita Jr., and I was wrong. It's Mark Silvestri, if I remember correctly now that I'm looking at it. But that is, look at that cover.
Oh, they did
so memorable.
Oh, they did do the cover.
It's Uncanny X-Men number 234. It is about 30 issues / 5 years
That was
before.
like a whole thing.
Oh, it's huge, dude. It's like like the issue before, like there's a lot of stuff building up to it. It's pretty rad. Yeah, the Brood storyline is pretty iconic and important.
How do you feel about one episode doing it?
I personally think the Brood are able to come back whenever they kind of want once you introduce them. So, I don't think this is the end of the Brood, but now that they're introduced in Canada, it's pretty cool.
And not a real thing that you would do like a whole season about?
Not a season. I think they'd be, in a movie, I think it'd be a cool, opening villain or something that, affects the bigger villain. But I personally don't think a full storyline would work for...
That's fair.
If you wanted to do a small budget horror movie, it did really well for New Mutants to do something like that, then perhaps. But I think it's a piece of a storyline. I think it served the purpose of this episode, which was obviously to get a Wolverine-centric episode that's also about him trying to figure out his animal side versus his human side. I would have personally had a little bit more feral Wolverine before we reverted him, so that would be more of a commentary on what's the difference between a feral Wolverine and a possessed one anyway.
Yeah, is the Brood making him more of who he really is?
Yeah, I feel like they kind of nodded at that idea, that was the undercurrent, but I don't know that we really met or saw feral Wolverine very much.
No, not really, and
it doesn't have a nose in the comics.
It does feel like there should have been. It does feel like it would have. I would agree with you there. It would have just elevated that episode. It's like the episode itself as an isolation is very effective in that sense. But if we were able to feel some of that pre-context and then have the debate feel real, as opposed to us just being here being well, no, in the past season and a half, fucking yeah,
doesn't have a nose.
Doesn't have a nose.
He's so feral. He's just noseless. He's look at that. We never met this guy.
I like no nose wolf because he's just that feral.
Then he was a ninja for a while. Teamed up with Daredevil. Had to be retrained how to discover his senses and put him at the normal level. There was years of Wolverine being feral. So that's not a storyline I enjoy. I think Bone Claws and feral Wolverine are not my thing, but I think it would have allowed this story to feel a little deeper.
Well, they might be heading in that direction though. I know they have quite a bit of a plan here for you know, a while for this show to carry on. So, and I don't know what that plan is. It's just it's been made clear that they want it to last a while.
Yeah.
So perhaps they were doing that because Wolverine, this side of Wolverine of like, is he really this guy or is he the other? Which is a thing explored in the movies quite a bit. But not so much in the show as of late. So then to have it just kind of be thrown in here as a thing to comment on. And I understand, like, these are characters from his past who have a lot of terrible past experiences with him. So, of course, they're going to have this belief about who Logan really is. And then Morph is with a very different time period version of Logan. A lot of that context does make sense, but if the debate about it was there, yeah, I agree. But for the immediacy, for something that wanted to strike a tone that was very much Aliens meets The Thing, I thought that for as an isolated episode was effective. It was cool to get this like extraterrestrial bit here. And there's a lot of alien shit going on right now in so much of our media. It's just kind of crazy to like, oh no, X-Men's even doing that even much more now to have this one in here. So I thought it was like just cool to get that and for me to be introduced to the Brood.
I think it's a really good episode for people that aren't as like enriched in the lore, people that forget the externals. But I think that the people discovering Brood, this is a perfect gateway because it is that tone, it is that world. It also brings us some, in the comic sense, it's cosmic, right? Like in the comics, it ties into Shi'ar, it's an invading alien species, all those things. This didn't have to go to space in order to have these space characters, so we still get to... This season's doing a lot, right? It's doing timelines. It's doing all these big powers. It's introducing like 40 characters at a time. I don't think we have time to go to space. Yeah. So I think it did a good job of making a space-based character set work terrestrially for the purpose of the narrative.
Yeah. It was interesting after having like 3 episodes that were solely focused, though.
Yeah.
To then have like kind of what I imagine will tie into the larger picture. Is it feel a bit like anthological? Because like season 1 wasn't entirely just one storyline to focus on. They would have episodes where they would divert and go to like a different focus. And obviously we wanted Wolverine to eventually get his adamantium back. And I thought it was interesting though, with all the association we have Wolverine, like him getting the adamantium is obviously not a thing that is known to be like, this is what I want. Can you inject me with this?
Pop into the spa.
This time for him to like be wanting it back is something that was never done in like the live action of him trying to attain that. And to have that here where it does kind of go to his identity of him feeling like more, because they have like that line in a couple episodes ago that is saying that's keeping him in, I forgot what the fucking line was, something about how it's, what was the line? So, like it's essentially holding him together.
It's like, keep this run from being broke or something. Yeah.
Like he needs the adamantium. And it's funny how like Logan the movie is like the adamantium's killing him.
Yeah. Well, and that is a thing. Like adamantium poisoning is a thing, but the feral side is much sooner. Like that's a much more present problem.
Yeah. So, but for him to actually like want the adamantium and feel like it seems like it was much more than just, hey, it's keeping my body together. It seems like he actually wants it for the benefits at the end, and he feels more complete with it.
Yeah.
You know?
And that is, like you said, as soon as it ended, the most complete episode we've had of Wolverine in this take on the show. Yeah. So it's also interesting to see, like, his past coming to haunt him, which is a very Wolverine thing, bringing in some villains like Omega Red and, like, letting his story grow out. This episode was very much, these aren't X-Men villains. Obviously, Omega Red's in the X-Men, but, like, these are very much Wolverine's world. Like, I didn't think we'd get Garrison Kane. So these are all characters that are very tied to Wolverine continuity. So it was cool to see the episode focus on Wolverine and then also make it like Wolverine Weapon X baddies.
Yeah.
Like Maverick and Wolverine have a beef even in the current, like right now comics, Maverick just had a huge whole arc. And then Garrison Kane, I said during the episode, was supposed to be in Deadpool. There's a lot of these Weapon X-y characters that are like C-list to X-Men, but like, you know, important to his story. So I'm glad they used them here.
True. And also we had to have Sabretooth back. Hasn't been back here in a while.
Yeah.
Lady Deathstrike, Yukio, we haven't had her in a bit either. So it's kind of cool to see that apparently he can just summon them as buddies. For that.
Yep, just hanging out.
I didn't know he could do that.
Just, hey, that's why we both thought it was a flashback. So I was like, is Sabretooth just hanging out?
Yeah, I didn't know he could just,
you know,
he sold them on
We're going to stop fighting for now.
He sold them on some lie to get them back in.
It worked.
But yeah, there was something a bit jarring of, he was just able to, like it seemed like there was no calamity putting this together. You know?
Yeah. So the Brood are introduced in like the 70s. In the 2010s, there was a storyline where there's a Brew. Like Brew is a mutant. There's a young little brood named Brew, and he becomes one of the X-Men.
Named Brew.
Yeah. So there's a cute, if you kids that love your little, your Rocket Raccoons and your Baby Groots, there's a Brew that is a young little glasses wearing brood.
Okay.
Not kidding. The X-Men's crazy.
Good stuff. Good stuff all around.
You got options.
You got Cornelius back. So yeah, no, this was I still thought it was like a fun, effective episode. While there would have been some other context, I would have let this like land a lot harder. It was still one that is gonna be remaining in my noggin because
I had a lot of fun with it.
I like the tone, I like the spirit, I like the atmosphere, I like the vibe overall, and I like the introduction of potential that it does give.
And it gives a huge corner of the X-Men universe. Its introduction with the Brood. They're very prominent, so it's exciting that they're here.
But because, I met the writer Anthony today, it is a 100 out of 10.
Oh, it's your favorite episode of the series.
Yeah, he came up to me and he gave, I was like, wow, you have the check delivered to me.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
It's nice when the writers are like, they don't pay us that much, but we're going to pay you to talk about
to say
me.
A good thing.
They gave me a little courier bonus.
Because you're an influencer and you will influence other people.
We're going to influence you, Reject
opinions.
Nation, so it's like a little taste.
People who already watch our videos who have already seen the episode.
Those are the people we're trying to influence retroactively.
We're trying to get you to change your opinion.
Because you're already watching it and we're like, thanks. Correct. It's working. It's very effective. It's good marketing strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why the studios love us.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for X-Men 97 today. What did you think about the episode? Leave your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for being here. Coy, thanks for recognizing they were the Brood and telling me who they were. Still,
it was
shame
fun to
on
have
you.
that redemption within 5 minutes of you, scorn.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we didn't know a thing. I'm like, well, let me make up for it. Brood.
Well, you deserve it.
Thanks.
If you cannot be an encyclopedia.
If I don't know the Exiles and the Externals off the dome and which is which and from 30 years ago, I've failed you.
That's why AI is replacing you, Coy.
That's directly me.
Because, AI would have known.
It would have been like, who are the characters
of the... It would have been like, whoa, who's King mentioning here?
Yeah.
It would have immediately been like, boom, no, you, failure.
Yeah. And then Cable comes around and goes, hey, where did you guys go wrong? Well, it's like, we decided to stop learning anything as a species because we just looked stuff up and then it just went downhill from there. And there's a lot of timelines about that.
Who's Cable?
That's exactly my point.
All right, guys. Well, leave your thoughts down below. We'll see you soon.